It all works out in the end. If it hasn't worked out, it's not the end. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be sharing this wild, crazy story with you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's just take a little breath to drop in as we're landing here in this space. Deep breath in. And let me begin. So if you're new, welcome. If you've been here for a while, give me a shout out in the comments. This is a channel where I share some life lessons, deep teachings. It's a place for intimacy, for you to get to know me a little bit better. And I have a wild freaking story for you. So I want to begin that a few months ago, I decided to live in the surrender experiment. And if you have read the book, I'm not following any kind of thing, but my idea is that I am living a life in alignment and listening to my intuition and trying to feel for what's true, for what's not true. And I found out about this cruise for entrepreneurs, founders, investors when I was in Mexico City. And then when I was in Paris, I actually got invited to a party with a community of people from that cruise. And I got invited on the cruise. And the cruise, they have different gatherings all over the world, and this one was on a cruise ship. And it's been like a year. It's been like a year. I've been waiting for this. And I came to America because of this, and everything's been leading up to this incredible cruise. And 3 days before, I was really irresponsible and I ended up getting sick. And there was a moment where I was feeling the itch. And instead of going to sleep, I decided to go party and stay up really late and get really naughty. And then the next day fly and be sleep deprived. And I got sick. On top of that, I got my period, right? So it's like perfect. So it's like I'm sick and I have my period. And it's the cruise I've been waiting for. And I felt like the universe was punishing me. Seriously, it was like you shouldn't have hung out with that person, and this is your punishment. And it was a life lesson because, I teach you it's this or something better and la la la, and it didn't feel good. It didn't feel like something was better, and it just felt like I fucked up and I'm being punished and I'm out of alignment and it's all doom and gloom. But what I realized was it made me have this event totally sober. So I had this event totally sober, and it also made me manifest. So I thought I booked a double room and I found out it was a triple room. When I got there, it was a single, like big bed. And I was like, oh, and I was celebrating. I was like, oh my God, yes, I manifested a single room. Later, I found out I wasn't in a single room, but I was manifesting so hard because I was like, I cannot share. Like, I'm sick, I'm coughing, this is going to stress me out. I even ended up enrolling the housemaid because she was from Indonesia and I had my Bali Buddha bag to manifest with me for my private room, right? And I got it. So I ended up manifesting getting a free upgrade. And it was super incredible, and what I got was the only way that universe could have redirected me was by getting me sick. Because even with my period, it wouldn't have slowed me down. The only thing that could slow me down was sickness because I didn't want to get worse and like really not be able to experience anything. So I slept a lot and I took the easy route. I didn't drink, I didn't take any drugs. And I was the highest I've been. I met the most incredible people. I ended up in the most incredible spaces. And what I found was like, if I wasn't sick, I might have not had that experience because I would have been partying with my friends. I would have been sleeping, would have been on a different routine. And I could have got deeper with my friends, but I made more connections. And I made this one friend who we had this very funny, jokey connection. And he ended up setting me up with this man. And it was fascinating because so there was a pre-party to the cruise. And at this pre-party, I was inspired to talk to this intuitively guided to this man. It was kind of nerdy and the reason why he was in my field was because of something my friend shared in New York, and it all serendipitously kind of connected. But he wasn't really my vibe, so I didn't talk to him. And it wasn't until the very last night where my friend decided to introduce me to this man. And honestly, if I didn't have the intuitive hit on the opening pre-party, I probably wouldn't have given this guy the time of the day. And we ended up hitting it off, and his project is kind of mind-blowing, right? It's kind of mind-blowing. It's kind of like, oh, that's a really good idea. And his project is to create a club on a super yacht for billionaires. So I don't know what demographic you're in, what financial bracket you're in, but your experience of reality changes when you hang out with entrepreneurs. When you hang out with investors, your experience of this reality completely shifts of what's possible, what the hell money is. And then when you hang out with multimillionaires, and then when you hang out with billionaires, right? So I was like, is that even, that's a niche? Holy fuck, that's genius. And we have like this really beautiful connection and we hit it off. And then we bumped into this other couple and I really got to feel him explaining what he's doing. And it was so inspiring. It was really hot. Like I was like, fuck, this is hot. This ambition, this drive, the intelligence. And at one point, I was so overwhelmed by the synchronicity. And so one thing you guys will not know about me is I'm creating a project called the Magician Voyage that is going to be on a super yacht from south of France to Monaco. And it's kind of like one of these kind of like crazy ideas that I've had, like the ecstatic dance boat party on New Year's Eve and um to run this like fundraiser with multiple speakers for Lifeline. It's kind of like a crazy idea. And I'm like, I don't know if I can actually do it. And then it keeps giving me little confirmations of like, this is how it's going to work. 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 And he was my omen, like, holy shit, maybe I can. Like, now I know someone with a super yacht. Holy fuck, maybe I'll get to have this experience. And it was just so overwhelmingly good. And I just wanted to kind of like, and I needed to go dance. I needed to go dance to like just integrate. And I'm very judgmental. I'm a judgmental bitch. Like, there's a part of me that's very judgmental, and I hate bad dances. Like, I appreciate when people try to dance, and I love when people can dance. I literally can like get turned on, just aroused, just like get put into like a hypnotic state by watching someone dance really well. And each to their own, right? Like if you suck at dancing, good. But I hate when people try to dance with me when they don't know how to dance, when I'm trying to have my own process, right? Like I love dancing with people, I love meeting them where they're at, but I love when people dance well. It like turns me on. And Turns me off when people dance bad. Like, no offense, but that's just how it is. Like, it's fashion as well. Like, when someone dresses well, they can be ugly and just like just have the facial hair and the hair and the outfit and be so fucking hot. And they can be beautiful and just not dressed well. And it can ruin them, right? And it's just what it is, right? Like, you can agree with it, you can't. Like, I went from a dirty hippie that didn't give a shit to like now understanding the power of embodiment and dressing up our vessel. And so I was like, oh, I cannot dance with this, blah, blah. This is like, I was aroused by his ambition and brain, and then I was like not aroused by that. So this begins the crazy thing, right? So we make a plan that we're going to leave the cruise. He asked me out. We're going to go on this adventure in Miami. When we're going to meet at 10:30. And then I tell him like, hey, I just need to go and like have my own time. I'll see you tomorrow. And there was like these moments, where I was like thinking, oh, I should like send him some love. I hope he feels okay. And I'm going to send him a voice message. And then he's there. I go to get a pizza between dancing. And I'm like, oh my God, I was telepathically communicating with you. And I try to talk to him, but he's with other people. And I'm trying to tell him like all these beautiful things, but I can't. And then I end up leaving because we're like meant to have dinner together. And then he invites someone and it's just weird. And I just want to be on the dance floor. And then he comes and finds me on the dance floor, but I'm just like so in my essence and I don't communicate. And we sleep, we go to bed by ourselves because I just wanted the space and I knew that we'd have a whole day of connecting and I just needed to integrate. And I wanted to text him before bed, like saying, wow, that was magical. Wow, like whatever I wanted to say. But there was something in me that stopped me. Have you ever had that? Have you had the universe working through you, speaking through you, or blocking you? And I text him saying like, hey, like I'm gonna be ready probably around 10 to leave at 10:30. And he's like, should I wake you? I'm like, no, I'll wake up. And I wake up the next morning because they're like having this music and it's earlier than predicted and trying to get off the ship. And I'm messaging him and I'm calling him and no answer. But like we had the most romantic time ever. We were like planning our date and having this incredible experience. And my friend introduced us, who I trust, who is a good man and who we both love. So I have no doubt that he's going to come. And I'm like, oh, maybe he's still asleep. And then you kind of like get off the ship and you're kind of kicked out and I don't have the internet and I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm like, oh, it's not, and 10:30, he'll definitely message me. Like it's 10. It's 10:15. I decided to call my dad to kill some time because like this man is gonna message me because we had a beautiful connection. It's 10:25. I'm trying to call his normal number. I'm like, my friends are leaving. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I have nowhere. Oh, I forgot to tell you this point of this freaking story. Oh my God. Okay, I missed the freaking punchline. Okay. So, when going on this cruise, flying to Miami, there was an after party. And my intuition said, do not book anything. Throughout the whole cruise, my intuition was saying, do not book anything. People will be like, what are you doing after? Where are you going after? And I'll be like, Well, I'm in the surrender experiment and I'm listening to my intuition and I live my life from my intuition. And it told me, do not book anything. And my mind was trying to figure it out and options and this and this and this. And there was this knowing inside of me. It was like, do not book anything. And I was like, okay, something magical is going to happen. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust. And it was getting hard to trust and hard to trust. It was the final night, nothing. I had nothing booked. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing or where I was going. And I trusted and trusted and trusted and trusted and trusted, and boom, a miracle occurred. I met this man. I'm like in awe. We are connecting. He is all like so infatuated by me. He is asking me out. We plan this. He has his car. He's gonna pick us up. We're gonna go and stay in this, whatever. And we have it all planned out, you know? So I'm waiting like for him to arrive in his car and pick me up because the universe told me not to book anything and I didn't. I was a good girl and I got my reward and it's gonna be magical. 10:30 hits. So between the moment I messaged him in the morning to 10:30, there was always this tiny little voice that was like, well, no, it was from the moment I was out from maybe 10 to 10:30. I was like, wait, is he still asleep? But like, honestly, the voice was so tiny because there was like, it was my friend's friend. Like, I was like the judge of character. It was just so out of character to be ghosted by this man that it didn't even occur to me that that could happen. I was just like, he must be still asleep. He must be still asleep. He'll have to wake up eventually. And it wasn't until 10:30 that I was like, oh fuck, this motherfucker has ghosted me. And it wasn't funny. It was really fucking painful because I had the most incredible week. The most, oh my God, we were in Bahamas. Oh my God, I was talking to the most incredible people. Every dinner was incredible. The life-changing talks. There was that woman that swam from Cuba to Miami at 63 or 2. She did her presentation. There was just so much inspiration and connection and magic and humans, and a really miraculous, miracle, magical thing happened to do with magic and superhuman abilities that just broke my brain, cracked my heart. It was incredible. And then the ending, the last night was so incredible. It was so magical. It was just like I couldn't have made it up even better. Like it was just so romantic and juicy and delicious and just like I couldn't even contain how good it was. I'm dropped and I drop into pieces. And my anxious attachment, my abandonment issue, all the things come up, but I don't even know it. I'm just like, it's ruined. That was fucked up. Everything's ruined. Everything's fucking ruined. Blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna leave it here. You know the parable, unlucky? Maybe so, maybe not. Lucky? Maybe so, maybe not. You'll have to tune in next week to find out what happened. Did he pick me up? Did I hear back from him? Was he waiting in the car? Or did he leave me behind all by myself? Subscribe so you don't miss it.